Hey, I got a microphone. I don't know. I had a directional mic last time, and see, hey, this is the second program, so guess we've gotten to know each other really well. So I can give you all the details. Oh, day after Easter, what a thrill! What a delight! I hope this microphone works okay. Yeah, but again, in the party, there were always those who consumed just a little too much, whether it's cocaine, alcohol, marijuana. A lot of stuff goes down the old snorter or the throat. It probably shouldn't. That's a subject I wanted to touch on today because I just was thinking about things recently that have affected me, and one of the things is I get really uncomfortable when somebody consumes alcohol and then they change, or if they, smoke marijuana and or cocaine or anything that changes them, and they think it changes them for the best because they become more at ease, easier to talk, they feel included, and there's a lot of things that come as a result of the what they consider to be relaxing or uh, recreational whatever. And it's to the point where I just have to leave. It's so uncomfortable sometimes, and I wonder what people can do to keep that from happening. In their lives. And there's, as I mentioned last time, and the focus here is God. Period. In my mind and in my experience, God's the only one that can help with that stuff because so many people live in the future, not in the present. They're living 2 weeks from now, 2 years from now. If only this, if only that, and things will be just fine. Well, how do you like the hat, by the way? Good hats wear white guys. Remember that. So they think that, if only this happened, if only that happened. And they're at such unrest in their life, they have to dull the pain because they're never where they want to be. When God touches your heart and gets into your life, which you have to ask, it doesn't happen automatically, then all those things go away, all that need for things to actually dull life. And I feel so sorry for people that do that on a regular basis. Some people say, "Oh, I'm a social drinker." Well, listen, or I'm a social drugger or whatever. The only reason they do that is, I think, they can stand there with a glass and not take anything just to be a part of the crowd if they want. That's fine. Once they take it to change, they are dependent upon whatever that substance is to change their thinking, their actions, life. I anyway, my experience is that that is only leads to a couple things, and many times it leads to death. From motor vehicle accidents. Recently, I interviewed a emergency room doctor at Yale. Gail's her name, and it's concerning Teen Challenge. They're a group in New Haven that helps people that are addicts of a lot of things to try and straighten their lives out so they can have a productive, actually a happy life. They're not happy when they do that stuff at all. When somebody's drunk out of their mind or stoned or what do they call loaded, you know, they think that everything's good when they can blot out reality, blot out life. Then that's to them. After a while, that becomes normal, and after a while, their body dies. And then guess what? I'll tell you more about where I think they go at that point, but that'll be in another another episode with a friend of mine later. However, there's places that you can go for help. There's Alcoholics Anonymous. There's Gamblers Anonymous. Gambling is one too that people do in order to get that rush or that thrill, in order to quell whatever feelings they have of inadequacy or less than. There's drugs, alcohol, gambling, uh, also sex. They do that, by the way. And other things that people try to use as a substitute for really facing life and facing what's really going on out here in the big world. So, I went to a couple AA meetings in the last, and as a result, it's very, very interesting. And they have some open meetings where you can go if you're concerned about this issue. Alcohol is the most prevalent because obviously it's legal and people have easy access to that. But drugs is the same way. There's Narcotics Anonymous and Gamblers Anonymous, but I won't get into that area. Because this one is, I'm specifically going after the one that's the most prevalent, which is alcohol. This lady, Dr. Gale down in New Haven, talked about, that she runs the emergency room, talked about 50% of the people coming in there are as a result of drugs or alcohol, whether it's accidents, overdoses, close to overdoses. And that's a high number, obviously. And she's trying to do something, get a grant to try to inform people that there are other ways to face life, and rather than trying to mask it and hide it. And I'll bring up now in Guilford, there's AA meetings are the most prevalent because they're the most common problem with society. There's some in Guilford. One there's at 7:30 in the morning every day, but Sunday down at the Christ Episcopal Church in Guilford. And it's a big meeting. It's like 60 people or something. But there are some that are open. I think Fridays are open. Where anybody can stop by and check it out. Do that. It's fun. They're interesting. You find the dog catcher, the mayor. We don't have a mayor. That's why I said that. People that work for the town, teachers, lawyers, doctors, candle makers. Indian chiefs come too. But when they're not at Mohegan Sun gambling. So there's, come on down and check it out. Just sit in. You don't have to, in those meetings that are open, you don't have to identify yourself. But if you have somebody in your family that is causing problems, maybe you're not happy with yourself and maybe you would like to stop that. Maybe you're not aware of how much problem that can cause in not only your life but your family's life. And so, I would ask that you consider that. It's a good one, 7:30 in the morning. There are others, too. You can get online and find out where they are located. There's Guilford, Brantford, Madison, and there's all over the place. And what's fun is to see the people that share, they share their stories or they share what's going on in their life. And typically in Guilford, for example, you get pretty much the same people sharing. It's like, 60, you probably get the same 15 people sharing or whatever they think about the topic or their life or what's going on in their life. And once in a while you get somebody that's new that, has a problem they're trying to overcome. And they're trying to overcome that problem without drinking, without drugs, without gambling, without sex. That's a tough one. So it's, it's... for me, it was really enlightening, and I enjoy going there actually and seeing what's going on because it's you get a wide range of everything. It's really quite interesting. You probably, if you live in Guilford, you'll know people that go there now from the outside, and which is no big deal because it's they were talking about it as being an illness just like cancer. And a lot of the people that think about it think that it's a choice always for the people, and then they have they could stop any time. Well, when you go down there, you'll see if you want that it's not. Sometimes it's no choice. Sometimes a lot of people have been. I knew one person went to detox 8 times in a year, detox where they couldn't stop drinking and they had to go through the drugs and all that. So it can get to that level, and seen people actually die, sometimes intentionally, to quell the pain that they're feeling inside. See, God, what He does is He gets rid of that pain totally. It's gone, and that's the only way to do it, really. And the program's a spiritual program, but there are atheists there, there are agnostics, and they claim that they use the power of the group or doorknobs or whatever they like to associate with to help them not to drink, not to take drugs, and not to have sex I keep bringing that up because I think that's a funny one. But all those things that try to mask life, people can hide from life as a result of that, and a lot of people do, and so it's a big problem. But here's what I wanted: is like the title says, I got your attention with that title, didn't I? I'm going to play for you and sing for you the AA theme song. Now, this is a good one, I think. See what you think. Hey, it's a beautiful day here, day after Easter, here in North Guilford Town. This is the AA theme song. Don't let them fool you. It's going to be playing on your public access soon. He was sitting at the bar, sipping on a regular Coke. Hey, we were drinking and smoking and making him the butt of our jokes. We all said, man, what happened to you? Why can't you just have a few? He said, I would if I could, but it's probably best if I don't. You know why? 'Cause the more I drink, the more I drink. Hey, I'm the world's greatest lover and a dancing machine. I get loud, I get proud, and it gets worse. 'Cause if I have one, I'm gonna have 13. And there ain't no in between. 'Cause the more I drink, the more I drink. What happens next? A couple of cold ones and somebody hands me a shot. Woo! Haven, bucktooth, and bow-legged women started looking hot. Pretty soon I'm bumming cigarettes or sweet talking some big brunettes. Hell, when I get on a roll, there ain't no telling where I'll stop. Woo! 'Cause the more I drink, the more I drink. Hey, I'm the world's greatest lover and a dancing machine. I get loud, I get proud, and it gets worse. 'Cause if I have one, I'm gonna have 13. And there ain't no in between. 'Cause the more I drink, the more I drink, the more I drink. Woo! Hey! Hey! Have one on me, babe. Make it a cold one. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah! 'Cause if I have one, I'm gonna have 13. They're gonna have to drag me off the karaoke machine the more I drink. Woo! The more I drink. Well, the more I drink, the more I drink, the more I drink. Oh, oh yeah. Woo. How much fun is that? Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. Problem is, that's the problem. And there's ways to get around it, but you can't do it on your own. I kind of mentioned this last time about anger, hatred, resentment. That's all part of that package, by the way. You know, how many... what it does is it distracts people, all that stuff distracts people from life. How about if you have a family and you're always thinking about something else, next high, your next gamble, or whatever, and you're never with them. You're never there. You're always somewhere else mentally. And that's all of the problem. But But again, you can't do it on your own. In the AA rooms, it's kind of fun because number one, it's very, very interesting. If you're a people watcher, oh man, I mean that is the place to be because all sorts of stuff going on down there. There's open meetings, that is if you're just going down to view it. And there's closed meetings in the group, and that means that you're there because you want to stop drinking. Same with Narcotics Anonymous if you want to stop drugs. And I think there's open and closed there, but it's lots of fun. I'm a people watcher, and it's a great time. So, in addition to that, here's more. My last show talked about the Bethel Assembly, and that's a nice place to meet, decent church-going people. That's all I can say. I can't make any judgments on them, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. But it's a place to go to have a fellowship, in Christian fellowship, you could say. I'm not at either. I don't go to any of those meetings. I don't go to church to make friends. I don't go to AA meetings to make friends. That's not my goal. Guess what? It's working out pretty good. But my goal is to be a better person, actually. And so that's what I do now. And I thank God every day for that. Every day, every minute. I'm living in the right now. I'm not living in next week, and I'm not living in last Tuesday. No, that's not what's going on here today. And I might start wearing this hat again. I kind of laid off for a while, but I like it. I'm heading to Stony Creek Beach right after this to sit on. There's a bench down there made of marble or something, and it heats right up. It's like laying down on a grill. And so that's where I'm headed, even though it's 60 degrees out. It's something to do when I'm not working out, which is what I do most of the time now. So I hope this helps somebody to at least to understand that they're not unusual, and pain and suffering is not unusual. But you have to take every method you can, and take every opportunity you can to try to stop that stuff. And sometimes it's walking away. Say if you have a spouse or loved one who won't stop that stuff. Sometimes the thing you have to do is hit the road, Jane or Jack, because sometimes that's the only thing that works. And it's not easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's not easy what's going on now, is it? That's all for now. That's the only song I'm singing this time, thank God. But I got a kick out of that, the AA theme song. I might sing that at a meeting someday. Who knows? Get their attention. It's fun stuff. So have a great day and a great life, and I'm glad I can edit this stuff out. Because I'm just rambling. I'm like a rubber ball that come bouncing back to you. I'm like a rubber ball come bouncing back to you. And I'll be back. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. I'll think of something else. I'll be back later. Have a wonderful day. Hey, come to the Bethel Assembly of God on Sundays, 10 a.m. That's 246 Boston Street, right down from the green. I won't have shades or a hat on there, so you won't recognize me, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. But come on down, 10 o'clock, Sunday morning, and there's music there. They have some great songs, gospel songs, of course, and then there's snack time, coffee time at 11:30, roughly 11:20, 11:30, and everybody can come on down. Bring both your friends. Enjoy life, will you? I'll see you. Hey, give somebody a hug, will you? Anybody. When the Jehovah's Witness people come by, give them a hug and watch a surprise. Take care.